Roasted carrots are a super simple weeknight side, but today I'm going to show you how to take these up a notch with my roasted carrots with a creamy tahini pistachio sauce on top. So we're going to start by roasting our carrots, and I've gone ahead and peeled them, and I've left a little bit of the green because I always think that looks really pretty and roasts really nicely. And I've gone ahead and arranged them on a parchment lined sheet of baking sheet. And so I have 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, and we're going to add 1 tablespoon of ground cardamom, and that's going to give it a really nice spice flavor. I'm going to go ahead and whisk that in here, and I have a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. And that's all we need to get them ready for roasting. I'm going to use a pastry brush that I've got here to go ahead and coat all the carrots with the coconut oil mixture and the cardamom. And you want to make sure they're fully coated. You want to coat both sides of the carrots, so go ahead and rotate them in there while you're doing that. And then we're going to go ahead and put these in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to roast them for about 30 to 40 minutes. And you want to make sure you flip them at least once while they're in there roasting to make sure they get nice and crispy. And then we'll go ahead and start making our tahini sauce for these. And while our carrots are roasting, we're going to go ahead and make our tahini sauce. And I like to use my food processor for this. You can also do it by hand, but the food processor makes it a lot easier for you. So we're going to start with 1/2 cup of tahini, and I like to use raw tahini that doesn't have any added oils. And we have the juice of 1 lemon, and we have 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and we have 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and I have 1 tablespoon of olive oil as well. And we're going to go ahead and put the lid on this and start mixing this together. And the tahini sauce is going to be pretty dry, even though it's got the oil in there and the different lemon juice. So now is where we start to get the right consistency of sauce that we want. So we add in some water, and I like to do about 1/3 cup at a time until I get the consistency I want. So we'll go ahead and start with 1/3 cup and see where that gets us. And we definitely can use another 1/3 cup, and I like it to be a little bit runny but not super runny because you definitely want it to be able to sit on top of the carrots once we get those out of the oven. And I think we got the right consistency here, so it's not too runny but just thick enough. And we'll go ahead and set this aside until our carrots are out of the oven. And our carrots are now out of the oven, and we've got our tahini sauce that we already made. So we're gonna go ahead and use a spoon. We'll just give this a quick stir since it's been sitting for a little bit. And we're just gonna go ahead and drizzle that onto our carrots. And you can do as much or as little as you want, depending on how creamy you want them. I always like to serve a little bit extra on the side, just so that you can dip every bite in there too. You're gonna love this tahini sauce. And now we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of crunch. We're gonna add about 1/4 cup of our pistachios, and you can either do these whole or you can do them crushed as well. And my favorite part is adding some fresh mint. So I have about 2 tablespoons of fresh mint that I've chopped, and you can go ahead and just sprinkle that on top, and our carrots are ready to go. These are going to be your new favorite side. They pair perfectly with a nice baked fish or a roasted meat, and they're absolutely delicious with the tahini sauce, and I recommend using this tahini sauce on all your roasted veggies. It goes absolutely delicious. I hope you enjoy the recipe. You can get this on my blog, thetrailtohealth.com. You can also find other healthy and delicious recipes in my cookbook, Wandering Palette, which is available on my website and Amazon as well.